Fantastic. And we're live. So I have my headphones on because it is freezing. Absolutely freezing in the studio. It was 0 this morning. It's about 20 degrees less than what I normally like it. Alrighty, so I'm continuing to try and find paintings that I've done that I can recover and put in this exhibition. And this particular painting, I did it late last year, and it was mostly pan pastel. I can see around the fingernails where and maybe the lips, where I've used pastel pencil, and in the hair. So some sort of finer details with pastel pencil. But the colours, his face, I've just not been happy with. I'd done this couple facing the other way where she's looking into the camera and you just see the back of his head, and that one came out fantastic. This just, no, wasn't able to capture the same feelings that I did with that one. So I'm going to try today to warm it up. I think part of the problem is it's very cold in the skin, and not like the you can see the small reference photo there, but I'll bring up the large reference photo again by my favorite photographer at the moment, Pre-Illumination Seth. So you see on her back that's actually quite warm, and in his hand there's both hands. And what I've done is I've captured the colour off her forearm and sort of spread that across the rest of the painting. And see if we can, whoops, wrong photo. Let's transition this. There we go. So this colour here I'd got almost right, but I've spread that colour across her back and into his hand and then faces, and it's just unhappy with it. So I'm not sure that I'd exhibit this one because it just feels a bit too amateur for me. Hello to Salima. How fantastic to see you. I did enjoy your Substack post. It was good. You should do more of those. I know you say in your blurb you only do them sporadically, and that's fine. And thank you for saying this looks amazing. I've just spent the last 5 minutes saying how terrible it looks. There we go. But quality control. I just need to address the quality control of this painting and heat it up. That's what we're trying to do. How are you anyway, Salima? Haven't seen you for a couple of weeks, but I'm not really doing the The LinkedIn thing, I'm sort of weaning myself off that. Summertime's a bad time for posting there anyway. We're on holiday. I did chat with a mutual friend, Neela, the other day. Let me know that another mutual friend had had a cycle accident, so I was glad I popped in and discovered that. Sent him a message, but he's okay and his bike's okay, because I asked him about his bike. It was in mint condition. Hey, Donna. Nice to have you here. So this driver pulled out in front of him, just suddenly did a U-turn and bounced across the car. So sad. It's not a young guy anymore. So bouncing is not a great thing. So, Donna, I've just been saying I'm going to try and fix this painting up, because I am less than happy with it, and I'm not sure that even after trying to fix it, it's going to end up in as a exhibit or not. So we're going to start with something warm. I need to get some warmth in here, but I also am feeling the vibe for some turquoise. Of course I am. That's how I roll now. Are you good today, Donna? It's just so cold, wasn't it, this morning? It's just ferociously cold. Selima lives in Canada, so I don't want to get into a competition about how cold it is with you. Zoom into her face a bit more. Get my reference photo, obviously. Wish I'd known about how good turquoise is before I done this painting. Yeah, the sun is out, carpety. Thank goodness. If it was cloudy, I think I'd just crawl up and go back to bed. some of these, just some of these shadows. Some markers down. And I'll get into something to warm her up. And what do we got here? Some siennas. Some these. I think we're going to be using violets today. An inch thick of ice on your car here. Summer in Canada. Which area of Canada are you in, Salima? Got some Chinese friends that have just moved to Vancouver. And they said it's like China. There's so many, Chinese here. Sienna, that's what I was looking for. Burnt sienna. Burnt sienna. I think that might be an umber. Might be interesting for a change. We'll check that out. Shadows. Need to test that umber and see what it looks like. Good spot. Get that bit there. Eight. Ontario. So that what was that? So who had the accident? It was Alexander Andrews for a bit of a skate. He wrote that book, Unlike a Boss. I like Alexander. Based in Adelaide, and lived in Adelaide for a little while. Beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful. You're in Ontario. That's the is that the Chicago side, the eastern seaboard? Geography isn't that flash. I had friends, Brendan on the Canadian border, who used to work in the US. It's quite common for people in Canada to go shopping in the US, which is very similar to New Zealand and Australia, actually. Quite common for Kiwis to head over and do their shopping in Australia. Some are even buying their groceries from there, shipping them through Amazon. Jury's out on my picking up this umber warmth in the shadows. Stick with orange for a little. And then orange light on. Um, just remove this here. See what's going on in the chat a bit better. Yes, I hope he recovers soon too. Nice. That's Mary Baker. How fantastic. Hi, Mary. Lovely to have you here. I'm trying to fix this painting. I might just I'll zoom in a bit. Try and do my terrible video skills. I'm just bringing some working along this edge here and into the muscle, trying to follow the direction of the muscles, and I'll just try and work around this spot here without going out of frame camera, but it can be a little hard sometimes to see if it's so far away. I'm just trying to get some warmth to her skin so she's less of a zombie. And human. Yo. Go quite gently with the applicator. Yep, goes the phone. want to find those full skin marks, folds of the goodness. There's probably already quite a bit of pastel on, probably about a film frame. Yeah, let's go. Zoom out a little bit. Now, yeah, you have been off LinkedIn forever. That's not a bad thing, Mary, to be honest. Fortunately, the platform is a shadow of its former self. It went all in on AI. And which I guess, you know, for people who don't like writing or can't think of anything to say or are worried about what they're saying, AI is probably acceptable. But I despise it. Oops, with a warmth. Um, oh, isn't that typical? Planning to go see something just when COVID comes. I think that happened to the whole world, actually. Um, yeah. Um, it's a shame, really, that, you know, platforms, social platforms. So just talking about LinkedIn and Mary's comment there about unpleasant that changed. I think social media should be about social. Fortunately, when they try and get too clever for themselves, bring in the AI, so it becomes false. You don't know if you're talking to a real person or a robot. Like that dark umber. The warmth to it being quite dark, interesting to use. blend that out. I'll just get some of her bone structure in. Gonna put some turquoise in there, so that'll be exciting. Forward to that. Gotta keep warming up her skin. Just gently. Brush it. Up. How have I been, Mary? So let me just go back a few. There's a little bit of a delay in the chat, and I just catch it moving the corner of my eye. So how have I been? I've actually been pretty good. I've had a lovely client to work with. My professional life, and they've got a fantastic mission. Beautiful people to work with. That's been really good. So that, of course, supports my transitional career, which is to be an artist, and the art has been doing pretty good. So the last painting before this, which also was of a couple dancing, and that was done in Pastel, just several levels higher than where this one is, which is why I'm trying to come back and see if I can adjust this and turn it into something I'm more happy with. So I've been great, thank you. Apart from, you know, growing older and all the stuff that comes with that. Yeah, it's always a challenge, isn't it? But yeah, so I've been good, thank you, Mary. And I will ask you the same thing in return. How have you been? Your artwork is going to be... Thank you. It's, well, let's bring up the reference photo once more, just so you can actually see what I'm trying to do here. So beautiful muscular definition in her back, and it's very graceful, strong. I love the position of the hands. The composition's great. However, the artwork, well, oh, I've still got a long way to go to try and get this to not be a photocopy of that painting. That's not what I'm trying to do, but it needs some life. Just too cold, and all his face is wrong. The shadows just, they're not what you want them to be. Anyway, just keep plugging on. We will turn this into something. Be happy with it. That is telling myself. Up her arm a bit. I have heard, so this is an ochre I'm using at the moment. Heard some not really like the use of yellow. In on skin. It's a bit too clayey. Um, but I think you just have to learn by doing it. So I paint intuitively. I don't paint in a way that I've been taught. No one's got the patience to be able to teach me. I do listen to what my wife Helen says about paintings, and doesn't say much. That's not a very good painting. Yes, he doesn't say anything. We know we've failed. But she's got a very good eye for composition. But I paint intuitively. So I've got to kind of listen to crazy voice that goes on inside your head. And trust it. Already happy with that orange. The great thing about pan pastels, when you're gentle with them, they just float over the surface, and you're going to get it will build up by color into the image you're after. Just be patient. Just let those colors emerge. Try and rush them. Helen had was watching a YouTube yesterday. It was about a lady who does knitting. She'd done a commission piece. She was working out the time it took to do the jersey, and actually it was very similar to a painting for me. It took her about 25 hours, I think, to knit it up. Read some comments here. Let me go back a bit. So Mary says, you've been happy off social media? Yeah. Yeah, it's hard spreading yourself across so many. I found that I was really gangbusters on social media. Got hundreds of people to try and stay in touch with. and it's just work. You lose being a person with your friends. You've only got X amount of time you can give each person. So I hear you, Mary. And I listen to who is improving. Yeah, yes, I do listen to her more than she realizes. It's near the amount. Keep saying the key as you get older is keep going, keep being inspired, keep moving. Yes. Well, I've been quite happy to have taken up art. It's been quite inspiring for me. Right, we really got to fix all this over here. Find which way it's going. I'm just putting burnt sienna down, and I'm quite cautious about burnt sienna because it's a one of those colours. Let me bring it up, and you go, well, that's an orangey brown, right? And my skin tones, I'm trying sometimes not to. I'm trying to find what other colours are in the skin tones and not go codify someone, say, oh, you're brown or you're yellow. I'm just being a little cautious as I look around the painting. Often it's just a little dab. Not a big dab. Need to knock his he's got she's got lots of green in here. Greens and turquoise. We've got this beautiful turquoise shadow that's going to run up here, and I'm going to bring it more in, but I need to get some darks into here as well. I'm going to start with some umber, I think. See, I'd sort of maybe we'll put some oh, there's the dark red. Just have to create our own little blacks here. See, it's really dark. blues. Get this this is a permanent red. I want to now pick up some problem. A lot of pastelists are always looking for a really good black. You can find a great black, and there's one I want to try. It's quite expensive. It's very Ludwig. A Jean. That's not a true black. Once you don't want a true black, you're trying to get I'm going to show the colours that exist in the skin. I just have a really black. It's true for this. So what I'm going to go for is this sort of purpley black if I can. Bring in the reflection of her dress, hopefully. Let's comment. Oh, it was lovely having you here. Thank you so much for coming. Right there. Nice when someone's feeling chilled out from the dream. And when is the exhibition, says Selima? That's a very good question. I wanted to wait until I had at least 8 pictures decided before I book it in, but I am thinking October if I can. October, November. You go, oh, that's a long way away. And you go, oh, yes, 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 it is. But quite a lot of work for me to do to get to that stage. So it's the paintings and it's sorry, just concentrating. It's the paintings and then I have to frame them, and I'm fiddling around with framing at the moment. So to frame this with art glass, so art glass is a non-reflective glass. If you're looking at it straight on, if you look at it from an angle, it's still, you'll still see reflections. So that's an issue. But to frame this piece, just with the glass alone, is about $240. Just for the glass, without, you know, putting it in a frame. So I'm going to be experimenting with some perspex. Managed to find a buyer locally who'll cut the perspex for me for about $45–50. So just framing up fence, and I will put them into what I call temporary frames, and that will enable whoever buys them to decide whether they want to put them in a more permanent frame. I do need to hurry up and start booking the site where it gets booked out. But I guess once I've got 6 framed, at least I'll feel I'm halfway there, and that it's going to be, I don't want to be like stressing these days. Handle the stress as well as I used to. So I hope that answers it, Sleema. Like, are we there yet? Oh, we've just left the building. Still on the driveway. What I want. Did that. And we've got to work out. Yes, 240 glass per painting. That's exactly right, Sleema. So, you know, so to frame something like this can be to frame it in a way that it's really good. You're looking at for $500, and that art glass, I've checked US prices, and seems to be just a worldwide price, whether it's in New Zealand dollars or US dollars. Just really expensive. But it is used by museums to protect their artwork, so it's good quality. We're looking for, yeah, we want. Hey, Mr. No Boring Training. Hey, Adam. Lovely to see you. Hope the holidays are going well for you. At unit number 1. I am trying to cover this painting. Maybe recover's not the right word. I'm trying to I'm going to do it. Heat it up. But like, when I think about it, I was probably a bit pretentious when I finished this work. I'd be done that many full pan pastels, not portraits. So when I did this, I thought, fantastic. Well done, David. Well done, that man. And then you come back and look at it later. It went into my box of shame. It was something about it I couldn't quite put my finger on, and I just really like it. Not like the first one I'd done. I'm gonna get some greens. Tempted with greens. Will I give in to my temptation? We will use an ochre. Got a green base. Stays warm. You probably get that with training, Adam, where you think, oh, this is a fantastic session. And then later on you look back and go, you know what? Maybe it could have been better. Or you might not. Just very delicately adding pigment. And of course, the great thing about pastel and pastel matte, just grabs it. No, don't put it down yet, David. Um, oh, you're on the road again. Oh, sorry to hear that. Purely because I had that experience of living out of the suitcase, traveling for work. And I wouldn't do it again. Blend that in, I think. With a bit of skin here. Okay, just a bit of red. End up being, this is going to be tone that down. Blues. definition. Let's clean that up. If well, gonna wait. I don't know how I've done that light earlier on. Starting to get the heat back into the skin. Been missing. Normally don't like a really blended look, but I'm gonna need to pull some of this and sometimes painting is a little bit like sculpting, but instead of having marble or something or clay, you're trying to push the pigment into a three-dimensional shape. Three-dimensional. With varying success. Add for myself. But I'm feeling much happier with this painting than I had before. It's got a way to go. For sure. But it's way better than we didn't want to do that. Right when we're saying it's way better than it was before, we put a splodge. That's okay. What would Bob Ross say? It's a happy accident. He painted thousands of paintings, so he knows what he's talking about. Here we go. It was a happy accident. We will take as many happy accidents as we're allowed. And that's going to require, I've got to do a lot of shading around his face. I think this painting's going to have to, this might become a part 2 just on this painting alone. The last couple I managed to whiz through quite quickly. And I can feel this still shaping up, and we've come to the time when I need to go get a coffee and sit and chat with Helen and eat some of the lemon loaf she's made. You're back on the road spreading the gospel. Yeah. Would you say, now I read your comment, am I 95% happy, Salima? No. I think we're about 75%, to be honest. But I am happy that there's some warmth in her skin now, and I'm going to de-zombify her hand, get some color in there, and let's just make sure let's just zoom right out. Oh yeah, I am zoomed right out. So in here, this all needs some warmth as well, warmth around her hand. Try and fix that face. I'll just turn the light off now that I don't need it, and that will just change the colors a bit better for you with the stand up like this to try and get some shadow. Have I got a thing I can hold up? Oh, nothing really. I really needed something on this side to stop that light from hitting it. But what had happened is I've used something like a phthalo tint. There's some sort of green tint around on her skin, and originally I was trying to do that for sort of lights and thinking that it was going to work, but it never worked. And that's what I'm now trying to get rid of. This is all going to have, I've got to come in with the turquoise. There's quite a lot of work to do, but it's better than where it was. I also want to fix up around down here. It's not looking right to me. Looks out of balance. And her skin, which is very grey. Zoom out a bit. Oops, zooming in. So down here, I had just done a sort of a grey suggestion of skin, and I will fix that. So, fantastic. Thank you so very, very much for tuning in. I hope you have a great week. Salima and Adam, I'm sure we'll catch up during the week, Adam. See you in the DMs, I'm sure. And to Donna too, thank you so much for coming along. We will try and find the end stream button.